Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Boonbape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Mer.
Mer, mer, mer.
Mer.
Anyways, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we're going to be kicking off with what we have been up to this week. And then we'll be going into what little we have to talk about this week, because while there is 3 blogs we're going to be going over, there is really not a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So first will be a notice to players about membership passcodes.
And then we'll be jumping into some untold but now told tales of the God Wars. So there's going to be some comic book series releases. And then we have some quality of life improvements.
Yep, and Deadman changes.
Yeah, so this is going to be the very small, like essentially just hot fix update for this week.
Little baby blogs this week.
Yeah, there's really not much going on, mostly because I think, if I had to guess, they're just preparing for the end of Deadman, which is going to be the end of this week. So there's really not a lot going on in the game. They don't want to take away from Deadman by updating the game.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if next week we're going to have one of our bigger updates.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, we will always, as always, be ending off with our Q&A. And if you want to participate, it is highly encouraged. Please head over to any of our social media. It'll be listed at the end or down below, wherever you're listening or watching to this. And you can also go to our Discord. It's free to join, discord.gg/boonbape. And we do have a questions section. So throw a question there about any video game, RuneScape, otherwise, or real life. And we'll do our best to answer it.
We'll try.
Yeah. And that's cool and all, but before we get into all that, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. I am now ranked 28 Scurious, so huge news. Last time I was ranked 29, I think. Honestly, it's not much KC in between, but I've barely been doing any Scurious this week. I've been doing a lot of CG randomly. I've done like hella CG combat achievements. The only ones I have left are time, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and we were just looking at the high scorers for the rat, and you're up there with a person named Nilos.
Yeah, some people have such good names on the high scores. It's crazy.
And just a few below you is another person named Throat Queen.
That's what they call.
She must have a nice throat. I wouldn't know.
Anyway, oh my god. Other than that, I also got a Justy chest split for 5 mil, not my name, and I got 93 smithing right before stream. I've been kind of like doing AFK smithing in Prifddinas, which is like 30k an hour, making gold bars. And I was like, I'm only 40k away. I wonder if I could level before we start recording. And I did in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So Blast Furnace is really fast, but I don't have the capacity to pay attention for that long.
I was about to say, that's actually kind of like slow. I think you get... Because...
I definitely was messing up a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, you should have gotten like over 100k if you did it for 20 minutes.
I don't think it was really 20 minutes either. I think I'm like overestimating everything.
Yeah, because I think it's like 400 and...
No, it's 370-ish an hour.
Oh, really? Doing
Yeah.
gold bars? Oh, I thought it was like 400.
Maybe it can be, but not for me.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I was getting 300 an hour.
Either way, I think it's high 3s, low 4s, whoever you are. So I think if you're doing it with Stams, probably definitely closer to 4. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely a lot faster than if you did it by hand. I think you were getting like 20k an hour or something.
28k, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would just kind of forget I was there and leave myself and then be like, oh yeah, which I can't do at Blast Furnace, so that's why I'm more likely to stay in Prif.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was doing a little bit of that. Just I really wanted to get a level, just to say I got a level, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
You'll be maxed soon, huh?
no, I wouldn't go that far.
Remember a year ago when you said you were going to be maxed?
I said that'd be a cool goal, and then I was like, that goal sucks.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to be maxed by like the end of last year.
That sounds made up and fake and not true.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Cool.
Non-RuneScape related, nothing. I've just been working, and my back hurts because I'm an old woman.
Big back, dude.
Big back pain.
Nice.
So then that. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. This is like totally unrelated, but I did see like a funny TikTok today where a wife was like trying to show her husband what it's like to like be carrying a baby. So they strapped like a watermelon to the front of him, and he tried to reach down to get something and just fell over. And I was like, oh, That's probably why they have back pain,
Yeah, probably.
because they're just falling down all the time.
I'm not pregnant, by the way.
No,
Just
no,
to
no,
be
no.
clear.
Totally unrelated. I
I was like, this sounds like a pregnancy announcement. It's not.
no, I just know a lot of pregnant people like complain about their backs, and I was like,
Yeah?
yeah, it makes sense. Not related to them falling. That was a joke.
I hope that pregnant people are just falling.
No, no.
Dude, that reminds me. Oh my gosh. It was actually kind of sad. But at work, because I'm at a call center for like healthcare and stuff, I had like this old woman call another day who was like 88 or something. And she was like, yeah, I had a fall, so I wanted to come in. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And then she's like, the fall was, now it's almost 2 weeks ago. And she was like, yeah, I have been in severe pain since the fall, and I have bruising on my ribs and my arm. And
Nice.
she was like, I was just hoping it would go away. And I was like, oh, okay, it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's what's up.
It was bad.
How do you feel about the people that like, oh, you're 88 years young?
That's goofy.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's
you're
silly.
not into it.
I feel like it's just cheesy.
Let us
Like
know.
if I was 88 and someone said that, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, let us
Like,
know what
we
you
got
think.
a silly guy.
Is 88 years young or is it 88 years old?
I feel like the reason why it sounds cheesy is usually when people say that, I swear it's like people in their 30s. They're like, I'm 35 years young. And I'm like, 35 is young. You don't have to say that.
Oh, I always hear it from really old people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like I hear it from more like people in their 30s or 40s. And I'm like, you are legitimately young. You don't have to say that.
I've never heard someone say it about themselves. I've
Yeah.
only ever heard like someone like refer to their wife or something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's usually older people.
I think it's a little cheesy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll pull at this episode.
I usually don't say years old. I'll just be like, "Oh, you're 88."
Yeah, I'll just say the number too.
Yeah. Okay.
One thing that like also I realized today that someone said, and people say this all the time, and I think it's such a goofy thing to say. It's understandable, right? Like they want to be seen. So many people, I'll be like, "Oh, this is the next available appointment. It's farther out." They exclaim, "I could be dead by then." Like at least every few days someone says that. And I'm like, okay, I could trip down the stairs and break my neck and also be dead by then. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is one of them probably is.
If they actually died, well, it wouldn't be my fault that we didn't have availability, but still.
Yikes.
Oh my god, I wonder if anyone I've spoken to has died.
Yeah, probably. That's just how the world
I've
goes.
only talked to a few hundred.
People begin and then they end.
I don't like this. Anyway, how have you been?
Pretty cool. Speaking of
Pretty cool.
Just speaking of dead people, I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile. So
Path of Sexile.
yeah, so just killing a bunch of dudes. I am playing a bleed earthquake jug. So big jugs,
jugs.
making big earthquakes that bleed people and they die.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty
Hot.
cool. Yeah, pretty cool. This is my third character, level 85, like mid yellow maps. So
It's
if that means
hardcore.
yeah, it's hardcore. If that means nothing to you, then that's totally fine. Just know that I'm essentially doing like end game stuff.
And if that does mean something to you and you think he sucks, make sure to tell us.
Yeah,
Don't actually, that'd be kind of mean.
I did trade. I traded a jewel to a streamer.
Was it Boon Babe?
No, it was like their name is like Zizarin. But
Okay.
it's funny because at first I was all like, huh, their name is Zizarin Bleeding. I wonder if that's him. And then I was like, I looked and he's like, oh, level 99. I was like, oh, that definitely is him. There's no one else going to be named that and level 99.
Do they only go to level 99 too?
No, it goes to 100.
Ah,
But
okay.
like for instance, that was before they started their stream. They're actually doing like the starting stream / like 5 minutes before live thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they bought it before stream started, and the name of their stream was getting to 100 today. And then he started the stream as like, oh, this is gonna take like 11 hours, so sit back and relax, and I'm gonna start leveling.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so once
Jesus.
it's kind of like RuneScape in that way, where like getting to 99, like 90 to 99 is way longer than 1 to
It scales.
89.
Yeah.
It scales really, really hard. So it's kind of funny. You like do that. You like kind of calculate that in your builds and stuff like that. Like rely on your build getting to 80,
Mm-hmm.
because relying on getting it to 90, it'll probably happen, but it'll take so much longer that
Yikes.
it's not really worth planning a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just playing a lot of Path of Exile, and that's
And
probably
no RuneScape.
yeah, no RuneScape. I have to like focus because I don't want to die. So
guess.
yeah, so that's generally just what I've been up to, but not really too much. I mean, Comic-Con was this past weekend. We didn't go.
I kind of wish we'd gone, but it's like such. If you haven't been downtown during Comic Con, you don't understand. It is a hassle.
Yeah, if you have been during a worldwide known convention, then maybe it's probably similar. But yeah, it's not the best, most fun thing. It's really sweaty.
It's fun, like watching people and stuff and walking around, but the getting there is like so bad that it wasn't worth it this year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
They did have a really cool drone light show.
Oh my gosh.
I'd recommend checking it out on YouTube. People filmed it.
I watched
so.
a video of it and I was like, I didn't even know it was possible to make drones do this.
Yeah, the Comic-Con drone show. Pretty cool. They had some Marvel stuff going on
It was
there.
sick. It's crazy how all that happened like, what, 10 miles away or less? And we
Yeah.
just like didn't know.
Yeah, whatever. It'll happen again next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's generally it with real life stuff. Nothing else going on. It's getting hotter, and so
We're suffering.
Yeah, we will probably be doing this later and later as it gets hotter and hotter.
That's true. Usually we record like right after dinner, and today we didn't start till like 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
But I don't stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays anymore, so it works.
Yeah, it's all good. But anyways, I think we have droned on long enough.
Yes. So our first blog post this week is a notice to players about membership passcodes, which I don't even know what those are, to be fair. But it doesn't matter because they don't exist anymore. So, hello, Scapers. As of today, this is on July 29th, you will no longer be able to convert bonds into membership passcodes. We've made this decision as more often than not, this method of membership redemption has been used for rule-breaking activity. Don't worry if you already have a passcode from a previous bond redemption, the code will still be valid. To view and redeem your previous code, check your message center on your account to receive the code. Follow the advice in the message to redeem the code on your intended account. Passcodes like this can be redeemed via the in-game redemption interface. Of course, you're still able to redeem a bond directly for 14 days of membership as normal. We apologize for any inconvenience caused to legitimate users of this service, and we'll be looking actively for ways to reinstate it in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know how people could use this nefariously.
Well, I think you just like it's like a game code. So I think if you're
Oh.
buying a service, you can kind of buy it for real money, but like GP money.
So you give someone, you buy it and give someone else the code.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you're
Oh.
kind of like paying them in real money / gold, but it's like not.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's kind of like paying someone in like Bitcoin, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely still like just Venmo them.
Yeah, kind of definitely kind of weird. And yeah, I could see how this would more than likely just never really be used by legitimate players. So.
Yeah, I've never used it before.
Yeah, I think most people just stick to either bonds straight up or membership. So
Yeah, I agree. Sorry if you don't.
yeah, also not sorry. RuneScape, Untold Tales of the God Wars. So it is wrong because these tales are now
Aye.
told. At least they will be once you actually get your hands on them because these are pre-orders, so they will not actually be available for quite some time. But they do say that Titan Comics has brought you some RuneScape first ever comic books. So this is going to be a
Yay.
series. It's called RuneScape Untold Tales of the God Wars, and it's a 4-part miniseries which launches with a special oversized 48-page bumper issue number 1, complete with 5 cover variants on October
Cool.
9th. So you actually have some time.
Which is your favorite cover?
My favorite cover is, without a doubt, whatever this one is.
It's like a sword with a blue skull.
Yeah, it's a god sword with a blue skull and someone on it.
I think I like the one that has like Bandos and Zillion. It has all the God Wars on it because it looks very busy. But I also like that one too. I can't even tell what's going on. It's like a guy standing there with a shield and then like water.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It looks pretty though.
I kind of like this one too. With
It looks like Thor.
it looks like
We're just saying we like all except for
it looks
one.
kind of like Krill.
Oh, Krill, but like human.
Yeah,
Because it's not very red.
I mean his skin is red
Oh, I thought that was like a tan.
and his wings are red.
It could be redder.
But yeah,
Very
honestly,
cool designs.
They do look cool. They look
The fifth one is also cool. It's just
it's
more
just not as
typical.
cool. It's just someone killing a bird, dude. It looks cool. I think this art style is like some of the better art style I've ever seen
Really?
of RuneScape, in my opinion.
I like it, but it's not my favorite art style.
Yeah, I think it looks way cooler than.
I think I like the cutesy, goofy, almost looking ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks really good. I thought it
Mhm.
was some of the better. Honestly, I guess if you're like ranking art styles, I'd rank it really high
Nice. Okay.
for RuneScape. That is.
All right.
Anyways, though, they did tease this earlier this year.
Last year.
Earlier last year. Sorry. And they're going to be expanding on it. So they're expanding on the epic lore behind the iconic God Wars dungeons. So this new comic book series will delve into the Temple of Lost Ancients during the catastrophic God Wars. So this is where the armies of the Saradomin, Armadil, Bandos, and Zamorak are fighting for control of the God Sword, the only weapon capable of killing a deity.
Is that the lore?
I guess so.
Oh.
I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of weird how each of them drops their own God Sword.
Well, I guess they each drop their own hilt.
Yeah, and they also drop the parts for it.
I don't know.
I don't
Oh,
know.
this lore is kind of weird already.
Yeah, kind of stupid. Anyways, so they do have a bunch of fan favorite characters as well as telling stories you've never heard before, including that of Morrow, trapped in the center of this world-shaking conflict, who dreams of breaking free from his master's clutches. So
Good for you, Mario.
it's Morrow. Jesus.
It's a Mario.
Yeah, Luigi's in there for this debut
Luigi's
issue.
jacked, bro.
looks
at
looks like a
Bandos.
orc. There are 5 alternate covers, like we said, and they do look really, really cool. The
Should we give a little
artists,
shout to the artists?
man, there's no way I'm gonna be able to.
Alan Qua, Ivan Shavrin, Sid Codian, Alex Moore, and RuneScape concept artist Dave Barker, aka Maud D. Barker.
Debarker.
DeBarker.
Yeah. So pick your favorite, I guess. All cover variants of issue 1 will be on sale at comic shops worldwide on October 9th. For details, you can figure out shops close to you. Also in the UK and the EU, issue 1 is also available for pre-order online now from the Forbidden Planet, but not everywhere else.
These pictures are pretty dope.
Yeah.
Seeing them bigger is nice. The first picture so small. Okay, I can see how he's red now.
Yeah, very, very red.
Wait, I really like the one it's by Alex Moore. It's like a guy cowering behind a rock with like a bunch of undead behind him.
All right, yeah, let me
I can
know.
see what's happening more now. They're bigger.
Let me know which one you think looks coolest. My favorite one was
It's
the
by
one
DeBarker.
by DeBarker. I think it looks pretty
I feel like it
neato.
looks very classic, like painted too.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
They're all dope.
I wonder if they have like the full image. Oh no, they don't, dude. Anyways, they look really cool. Let us know which one you like the most.
Cool. Yeah, digital copies can also be pre-ordered from Amazon, though please note that cover designs cannot be specified for digital orders.
What?
More to follow on issues 2, 3, and 4 very soon.
Yeah, and if it isn't clear to anyone, all 5 of these covers are for the very first issue, so the guts will all be the same. The covers are the only thing that's different.
That would make I bet a lot of people are going to buy all 5 because these would make great posters.
Yeah,
They look really cool.
and the comic is really cheap. It's you can pre-order it on Amazon. It's $5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, five USD. So
That's kind of cute. Maybe I should get one.
yeah,
Well, wait till October.
apparently it was written in collaboration with the fantasy writer for Warhammer 40K, Ryan O'Sullivan. I don't know if that's
Nice.
relevant, but I hear okay things about Warhammer, so.
How fun. Wow, awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The next few novels are going to be based on the Gift of Guthix, out now, including. Oh, sorry.
Start the sentence over.
Sorry. I meant to say that this series joins the other books that have already come out. And if you don't know what they are, there's 2 additional novels, one based on the Gift of Guthix and the other one on the Fall of Hollow Vale. Both still available for pre-order if you want to get novels as well as comic books.
Gift of Guthix has actually been out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The Fall of Hollow Vale is in pre-order.
I heard that Gift of Guthix was good. I kind of want to read it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get through all the Stephen King novels first.
Yeah, she's been doing that for 3 years.
There's a lot of books. He's published so many. It's like an unnecessarily large amount.
But yeah, that's it.
On to the biggest updates you've ever seen in your gosh darn life.
Well, before we get into any of that, we actually do have a quick little update. It is the next day, and we have a little update to the docket. Good thing we kind of waited, I guess, because we were contemplating just doing everything, but they
We
have
would have saved the Q&A.
added a new thing to the list of stuff. which is actually pretty big.
Yeah, so they're going to be reintroducing Slayer partners. And we are going to get into that after the huge update blog.
Yeah,
We're
huge.
saving the best for last.
I haven't read any of this.
I've read it.
Because
It's fine.
it's not very long, and
Okay.
I don't know how important it really is.
I will read this because I know sometimes whenever you read stuff that you haven't read before, you will just start skipping over or like make up little lines.
We all
You
know,
whenever you were like, "Here's the Guthix book. It's gonna be released soon." I'm like, "It's been out for months."
we
you
all
did not read
know
this.
that whenever Jagex releases a blog, every 9th word is important.
Okay. Anyway, on to this week's update, which is quality of life improvements and further Deadman tweaks. So, Deadman Armageddon is still going on for the next 2 days. You guys have until August 3rd to experience the PvP action and
Yeah,
get
but-
all those cosmetics.
By the time you hear this, it'll be 1 day.
Get on it, bro. If you need that, get on it right now. Before we jump into this week's changes, we've received a handful of questions surrounding World of 345 transfer process, and we wanted to clear some things up. So at the end of Deadman, your character and all their stats will transfer over to World 345. You'll also transfer any untradables that you've got, so long as they don't convert into a tradable item on death. So this means things like Barrow's armor or a recolored Bofa should not transfer over. I wanted to call it a T-Bow, that's why I like really emphasize Bofa.
Same thing.
We'd like to remind you that items in your DMM deposit box will not transfer. You'll also keep any pets that you've got because it wouldn't be right to separate them from your little babies. Additionally, any items in any storage containers, like Chambers of Xeric such, will also be wiped, so you won't be finding anything extra in those, so don't even try to be sneaky. Now, the regular updates here. They adjusted the price of certain Deadman items for bank keys. If the player getting special attacked by the Morrigan's Javelin is praying range, the bleed damage should now correctly respect this and be reduced to 40%. Taking the cages up and down in Chasm of Fire deals damage to the player as intended. These changes only apply Deadman mode. Is that like... what?
I don't know.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay.
I've never been to the Chasm of Fire.
The Chasm of Fire is like where the greater demons are, like DJR, next to Shazian. You remember you take the little cage to go up to more demons?
No.
Oh. I went there for Slayer a lot.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I've ever been there. Like, whenever there's demons on task, I just go to Corrend.
Oh, well, I would go there because you can set up your cannon and shoot them all and just stand so they can't attack you.
Yeah,
and
I've
just
never
watch them.
cannoned a demon task.
Yeah. Anyway, fixed a bug where losing 1 minute of Deadman protection when you log out wasn't working, leaving it vulnerable to infinite protection abuse. The protection timer now correctly goes down when you log out, like it did at the previous Deadmans. If you chose the Path of Majorat from the Tier 4 quest lamp, you can now correctly claim 10 Museum Kudos from the Curse of the Empty Lord mini-quest. And the new Deadman versions of the Imbued Mage Arena capes can now be stored in the POH cape rack.
That's it.
I'll let you say this.
Oh, yeah. The biggest part. So,
because I feel like you could do this, and if you mess this up, that'd be nuts.
I might skip over something because there is just it's just stuff about the Deadman finale.
I get the important.
Yeah, it's just stuff about the Deadman finale. If you don't know, like we just said, it'll be the day after this comes out. So Saturday, August 3rd, it'll be happening at 4 p.m. BST, which is going to be midnight for us.
6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m. Yeah, sorry.
1800.
Yes, 6 p.m. But yeah, that's going to be...
Give you one job, Rover.
Is that... What time would that be for us?
We're 8 hours, so it'd be midnight.
6 to... No,
it'd be noon.
I was like, we're 8 behind, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
noon
would be...
PST.
No, it wouldn't be noon.
Yeah.
It'd be 10.
This is 6. It'd be 10.
See? Okay.
I gave you one job and you dragged me down with you.
Yeah, I was like, doing time on a 24-hour clock when you're a U.S. person isn't so easy.
It's stupid.
Anyways, though, it'll be...
What is 18 minus 8? We have no idea.
Yeah. It'll be happening this Saturday for anyone that can't do the math like us. Hopefully you're able to check it out. But I'm sure everyone's going to have a recording of it after the fact. So,
definitely.
Yeah, check that out.
Moving on to While Guthix Sleeps. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen some players have been having a hard time with the Tormented Demon's Fire Shield attack. Some people were getting eye strain and even motion sickness, which is nuts. So to change that up and make you guys less sick, they've made some small changes.
Yeah, so they shifted the hue, changing the color a little bit, so it's toned down from yellow to orange. They also added more transparency, reduced the turning speed of the shield by 50%, and the shield animation now plays for 2 ticks instead of 3. They also finally removed the floor symbol and fire circle elements during the shield animation.
To be fair, it was very busy before. There was like a lot going on.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Some
I
people
thought
are
it was
also asking for them to add a like visual indicator whenever you do get the 100% bonus accuracy.
Because you're like, is it happening? I don't know.
Yeah, but people, I mean, they haven't implemented that, but people are asking for that as well.
Okay. Next is some miscellaneous quality of life changes. First up, we're heading to the clan hall, which we were just speaking about last week, I think. They've added 5 more rank slots above and below administrator, which should cover all of your ranking needs. So now I think you have about 116 different ranks, probably.
Yeah, probably a million.
For context, the game has restrictions specifically based on the administrative ranks, which is why it's not so easy for us to move it about. One such restriction involves the data space where a player's last seen date is stored. We're aware that clan leaders want this information to be stored for lower rank clan members, rather than those only above the administration rank, and we hope to be able to offer this in the future. For now, though, we hope that the extra rank slots give players more flexibility in roles above administrator and rank. For existing clans, the new rank slots have been assigned placeholder titles. You can use the titles menu to assign more thematic ones if you desire.
Yep. And next up, we do have some QOL stuff for UIM specifically. If you're not a UIM, then...
close your ears.
Yeah. So on a PVM death, many items that have ornament kits applied to them will be protected on death, staying in your inventory rather than falling to the grave. So this is like a strat that if you have a bunch of ornament kits, maybe you might want to apply them, I guess, or maybe go for them in clues.
Take them to the wilderness.
Yeah. So this protection was introduced years ago as a little perk for a cosmetic kit, and it was affecting the ornamented versions of the items like the Mystic Lava Staff, Fire to Torso, and Elidness Ward F. UMs may find this protection unhelpful, since they'll sometimes actually prefer the items to drop to the grave pile on death. We have created a new toggle for this, and note that this applies only to PVM deaths. If you die to PvP, it's the same as it always was.
So don't take it to the wilderness.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, this has been a strategy for a long time that I know of. So, I mean, obviously, I guess if you want to turn it off, I don't know why you'd want to. I'm sure there are reasons. I just actually don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand ultimates, so no idea.
I know you die on purpose and stuff like that. So I guess if you like don't want an item always on you, then that would make sense.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Additionally, we fixed some interactions between Dazana's quiver and ammunition.
And
ammunition. Carol's bolt racks no longer hinders using the bolts. The Sunlight Crossbow and its bolts should now work with the quiver, counting as a bolt and giving the correct bonuses. And having the mithril grapple inside the quiver or a regular quiver no longer causes issues and lets the player shoot crossbows as intended. Crossbows, bolts as intended.
Shout out to Dazana's quiver, still not operating the way that it was pulled to operate so many months ago. And them just never really talking about it.
I don't even remember.
People make posts about it almost weekly, just reminding people that it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to work, giving you multiple ammo options, and allowing you to also wield something in that slot like a blessing.
Has anyone ever replied like a JMod or anything?
Not that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure if anything, they were just saying they're working on it, but it's, I mean, that's how it was pulled. That
I'm just wondering if it's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's probably not, but yeah, that's how it was pulled. That's literally like for word they say in an example that you could like use it as well as other things in the slot.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird.
Sounds made up.
There's lastly some changes to Shades of Morton.
Second to lastly, actually.
Oh.
I get the exciting stuff at the end.
Okay, well, the last like category before miscellaneous is Shades of Morton. So they added a left click option to the Sacred Fire to let players sanctify olive oil and Serum 207 more conveniently. They also made it so sanctifying an item with the Sacred Fire will automatically continue sanctifying the vials in your inventory until you run out of sanctity or items. Also, sanctifying Serum 207 now uses 5% per dose, down from 20. So it's actually really nice. That's going to make it so you need a lot less sanctity. A make all menu will now appear when using Sacred Oil to make pyre logs. Also adjusted the fire making XP of Paralogs to be a flat 5 XP per dose instead of the variable rate based on how many doses are in the vial.
That's kind of weird that that was the thing.
Yeah. The pyres now have a left click option for adding pyre logs, and shade remains automatically,
Nice.
prioritizing the best pyre logs available. Players may still select them manually if desired. And lastly, players will be warned if trying to burn pyre logs without the appropriate shade remains.
Really nice. No more wasting stuff.
Yeah, I guess I never ran into that problem because I've only
I
ever
never
done
did
it like
either,
twice.
but that seems like it'd be very annoying because getting the serum, I don't remember how to get it, but I feel like it's annoying.
Yeah.
That mini game is just kind of a lot of steps.
I think the serum's annoying to make the first time. After that, it's not.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, last but not least, some final miscellaneous improvements. They added XP lamps to the rewards from the Beekeeper random event.
Huge.
I've done that event so many times thinking it gives you XP, and then I'm like, oh, just flax. So
Yep.
that's huge.
What do you mean just flags?
Oh, yay, flax.
Yeah, there we go.
You can now cast Venge Other from a Blighted Venge Sack. Added Make X option when fletching bolts, similar to how it is when fletching darts. Kraken's Medallion. Draken's Medallion.
Kraken's medallion. Dude, Kraken upgraded. They're how many necklaces do they have? Do they have 8 necklaces or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Draken's Medallion can now be reclaimed from Purdue's shop for 30,000 gold, and the Plank Make spell will now convert the first log in inventory, depositing the resulting plank in the first available spot. And then, I guess there's some other small changes that for some reason they put
This
in a
is
different
actually
section.
huge.
Why did they do this?
These are the real other changes, guys.
Why did they put it somewhere else?
So there's 3 of them here. The first one is actually an interesting change. So they made it so that there's a 100% weapon accuracy during Eclipse Moon's clone phase. It's now present for all attack styles. So previously it was only available if you had a Crush style weapon, I think it is, for Eclipse Moon. But now you can use any type of weapon. That being said, the Zombie Axe is still probably just the best option anyways.
Just saying because you have one.
No, actually someone was like, oh, cool, I'll bring my Darox Great Axe. And I was like, oh, maybe I could do that too. And then they edited their comment and was like, oh, actually, the Z-Axe is just straight up by itself without the Defender better than Darox.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising.
Like, it has 7 more strength.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like,
nice.
It's just like straight up better. So
Yeah, I guess Daros is mega old.
that's pretty cool though. So if you only have like a scimitar or something like that, then you should still get 100% accuracy, which is nice. Laps removed are adjusted to 10 from 25 if you log out at the Wilderness Agility course. This is the penalty for whenever you do log out in the Wilderness Agility course. The laps still get reset upon leaving the course though. And lastly, Gabooti has put a sale on for Taibo One-Eye denizens, and some of them took up the offer to refresh their wardrobe, bringing a bit more color to the village.
Oh,
So
I want to go see.
they have clothes.
They're little fashionistas.
Colorful clothes.
Ooh. Very exciting stuff. And then they just mentioned the comics and things that we mentioned previously. Now, I don't want to downplay. I don't want to downplay, because you know what? Some of those were actually nice.
Actual
Some of those were nice.
news.
But the big news this week, definitely, is reintroducing Slayer partners.
Yeah, it's been quite a many years since
4
there was
years.
a Slayer partner available.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
Yeah.
So, in June 2020, we removed Slayer partners due to a number of rule-breaking incidents, classic RuneScape community. Luckily, indefinitely does not mean permanently, and today we'd like to share an updated Slayer partners pitch, which avoids the pitfalls of the previous system while letting you and a friend mow down all the monsters you want. So, first step, finding your Slayer partner. Would you like to read? You'll have to read it pretty spot on, Robert.
No, I mean, this is essentially how it worked before, so if anyone's familiar with it.
I'll be reading along, and if he messes up, I'll tell you guys.
It says the trickiest step is the first one, finding a friend. So
Dang,
we can
that's
help
like
you.
insulting.
They say we can't help you much with that, but this is a massive multiplayer online RPG. So we're sure you'll manage. Once you found your friend, you'll need to use the partner option on an enchanted gem or a Slayer helm and select new partner. So you just type in your partner's name and it should allow them to become your Slayer partner. You'll get
send them a little invite.
Yeah, you get a little invite, just like how like
Cute.
a GIM might work or something like that. If you've seen that menu, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It'll pop up, say someone's invited you, and then you can accept or decline. If they accept, you can start looking for your first task.
Yeah, so obtaining a task. With an active partner, Slayer Masters will assign tasks you can complete together. If you're the player receiving a task, only your block list will be taken into account. Older iterations took both block lists into account, and obviously people use that to just narrow their list down a
Yeah.
crazy
Oh, it's a
amount.
little too good.
Way too good. You'll also only receive tasks that both of you can actually complete. In the past, if you got a task your partner didn't have the level for, they just wouldn't be given one. It's
Nice.
very disappointing. Lastly, we've removed the requirement for one player to have a higher Slayer level than their partner.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know why that was a thing before. This new system guarantees that once you get a task, you'll both be able to enjoy it. If you already have a task, you can't partner up until you finish this. That's to ensure any task you do together is suitable for both of you. In a similar vein, Irons will not be able to partner up, but group Irons can partner with other group members. So you and Fresco can do
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
And if I ever logged in.
Nope.
This approach means that you and a friend could theoretically set up block lists for 2 different moods and bounce between them at will. So that's just like kind of a cute idea. Like you block all the like bad XP ones, now Fresco blocks all the boring ones, and then you guys can switch between the vibe.
I think that's cool if you only ever partner Slayer.
Oh, like but then if you do it solo, you're
Exactly.
gonna be like,
if you do it
this
solo,
sucks.
you're gonna have to reset all of your block list. No,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
True. We are aware of the potential for players to narrow task lists significantly by using alt accounts with uncompleted quests and higher Slayer levels to block additional tasks, but we reckon this will be a relatively rare occurrence and should not increase XP rates too significantly for these players. To safeguard against this sort of thing, your combined number of available tasks must exceed 10 or you won't get any task at all.
That's cool.
That's a really sneaky thing people do. That's funny.
I mean, that's how they do it in Nightmare Zone too.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to have a certain amount of quest points.
Weird. Your partner will persist between sessions, so if one of you has to log off, you can put the task on hold or wrap up by yourself. Obtaining a new task while your Slayer partner is offline will remove them as your partner. Make sure to grab your next task together to save any headaches. You can also cancel your current task at any time, but both you and your partner must cancel to receive another one. With even the bad task being twice as quick to complete, we expect to see fewer skips than normal.
Yeah, they also do mention, because people ask, they're like, all right, so is it going to cost us 60 points, 30 each in order to cancel or skip a task? Yes.
What? 30 each. Well, it's going to be like your normal price. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it'll be 30 each.
Yeah.
And
It's just going to be how much you always pay.
and just to clarify, I do think they're about to go over this, but I know immediately people are like, oh, do we get more points? No. So, for instance, if a task...
They will get into it in more detail if you want to wait.
They will, but for instance, just to make it simple, if a task rewards 20 points, you'll get 10, your partner will get 10, and then you'll get the additional modifiers, like if you're on a streak or something like that afterwards. So you will be paying more to skip a task. Obviously, 60 total over 30 total is more, but they do expect you to complete the task twice as fast, considering there's 2 people.
Well-
so ultimately, it'll even out.
I feel like the saying 60 points instead of 30 is kind of deceiving because you're not individually paying 60. You're paying 30 and they're paying 30. So you're not individually paying any extra at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not individually, but you
Yeah.
both have to cancel the task to cancel it. So
the wording just sounded like...
the total cost is 60.
I would just think of it as nothing's changing for me. Because then it's less emo.
I mean, normally I would agree, but just because you get half as many points whenever you complete it, that's the only reason that it's worth mentioning, just because you are going to be getting less points than normal. So you have to take that into account.
I don't remember the points, and I want to make sure, so I'm just going to wait till we read it to comment on the points.
Yeah, so they have a thing talking about completing a task. So as an example, let's say you've been assigned gargoyles together. What does the task actually look like? So they have an example here. So assuming you and your partner are within 30 tiles of each other, you have to be within 30, your task will decrease by 1 any time that you guys kill a gargoyle. So if you're in the same room, obviously not a big deal. You're just killing gargoyles like normal. You'll only receive XP for the damage you deal, whether that's full XP for your own kill or partial XP if you both are attacking the same thing. If you're on a Slayer partner's task and kill a target without your partner nearby, you'll receive an in-game message warning you that you're too far apart. The notable exception is when you're at a boss Slayer task in an instance.
Yeah, you guys can't be 30 towels at Hydra.
Yeah. So keeping your friends close and your Slayer partners closer to make sure you finish on time is going to be obviously something to keep in mind.
Yeah. You'll only receive points if you have individually secured kill credit for at least 20% of the task. This discourages boosting for task streaks or points. For example, if you only kill 15 out of 100 gargoyles, you will receive no points. Points are distributed based on what percentage of the task you did yourself. If you killed 60 gargoyles and your teammate kills 40, Dirtild's 15 points would shake out to 9 for you and 6 for your partner. Unlike most things in OSRS, this rounds up, so neither partner loses out. A perfect 50-50 split would result in 8 points each, a whopping single point up from what a solo player could earn. So that's why I wanted to see, because I think you get more points now.
Yeah. But it's only like 1 or 2 total, but like per person it's less. So that's why...
I thought each task was only 10 points anyway. Or let me look up how much points are worth. Continue what you were going to say while I look this up.
I was just going to say, because like it still technically costs you like more in the grand scheme of things to skip a task, because if it still costs 30 to skip a task, that means you can skip every 2 tasks, because you just looked it up. Dirtdale gives you 15 points per task.
Yeah.
But now you're getting, 9 or less. So it's going to take you not 2 tasks, but 3 tasks for every skip.
Yeah, but they're going to be a lot faster of tasks.
Exactly. That's why I had to mention it, because while you are like maybe getting more points and maybe it equals out eventually, you will not be allowed to skip tasks as frequently if you are with a partner all the time.
Okay. This could be a bit unusual and combined with the task streak bonuses, since your streaks are probably different. Like Robert said earlier, to offset this, we are only splitting the base points, and you will keep your streak bonus for yourself. So after you finish your task and get your regular points, you'll get those added on. Once you finish your task and gotten your points, it's time for a new task, or to go separate ways if they did not pull their weight. So wrapping up, would you like to?
So they say, we know that you wanted Slayer partners back for a long time, and this
Crazy
update
was gone for 4 years, by the way.
Forever. So this update mostly just restores the system to its former glory, and obviously with a lot less loopholes, hopefully. And
we'll see.
As such, we'll be releasing it without a poll. It was already in the game before, and they removed it voluntarily.
I mean, I feel like that makes sense.
So they're adding it, or they removed it involuntarily and adding it back involuntarily. So it doesn't really matter. And I don't think most people would say no either way. So they'll be keeping a close eye on it going forward. Our goal was to change was to add preventions and exploitations that they saw with Slayer partners in previous incarnations. We've already consulted with a handful of experts, and we're confident that the current potential for abuse is very low. That said, we're poised to make changes if need be. Let us know what you make of our proposal and improvements. We're hoping to re-release Slayer partners before Araxite tasks are added alongside Araxor. I think
that should be into summer, so I'm guessing both this month.
Yeah. I think Mod Galo, when asked about it, said it is hopefully going to be coming in the next few weeks. The actual update.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it'll be out pretty soon.
We have so much to look forward to. This, Araxor, and Varlamore Part 2, all of which they said before the end of summer, I'm pretty sure. So I'm like, okay, time's a ticking. Technically, it's only been summer for a month, but still.
I was like, they still have a couple months.
I consider summer done in August. So where is it?
I mean, our summer's not done until like December. So.
True. It's so hot in here, like in October. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, not too much this week.
Yeah, really nothing going on.
That's okay, because I have to edit shorts after this anyway.
And that's okay, because we do have a couple questions from the community.
We have a Q&A, if you will. Not if you will, it just is.
It is.
It is. Anyway, first question is from Hariger. What would be the minimum level of active players that would still convince you to play the game? Assume the Jagex will never cancel the server, so your answer could hypothetically be by one active player being you.
Yeah, I mean, that would be it.
I know. Such a lame... I knew you'd be like 1.
Okay, tell me...
I asked him earlier before reading that, and he said 0.
Okay, you give me any legitimate answer as an iron that isn't 1.
You can still raid with other people, you silly goosey.
I know, but they said the minimum level of active players. Every iron isn't raiding 24/7, so every iron would likely also say 1.
I would want at least 20 people.
That's why you're not an iron.
Because I want people to do content with, and I also want people to bank stand so it doesn't feel as lonely when I'm at the bank.
What if there's NPCs?
I don't know, they're not spamming. The spam is comforting at times, okay? You're like, wow, that's a...
Michelle wants more bots, you heard it here.
I want more bots. Give me more bots.
Yeah, 1.
You would. I was even thinking like maybe more than 20, but I don't know if that's too extra.
Yeah, if I played this game as a main, probably like, I don't know, like at least 1,000 active.
You know what? I need more because I just thought about mini games.
Yeah,
Mini games, you need more. Okay, I will say 200 active
yeah,
because that's one full mini game plus other stuff.
yeah. I think like 1,000 at max, probably like 500 at minimum. Because if you think about it, like there's 100 per mini game. There's like at least 5 mini games, right? So,
Tempe,
um,
Wintertot, and
Tevi Wintertot, Guardians of the Rift. So that's 300 right there.
oh yeah. All right, 400
So
minimum.
yeah. So I was like, it would need to be at least 500, probably closer to 1,000 active players. So I guess realistically, like 10 to 15,000 total players.
Oh my god,
Yeah, if I had to guess. But yeah, one as an Iron Man.
I knew you'd say that. And Matt asked, "Sorry, Wraith, we skipped your question this week because I was not ready." And yeah, that's my excuse.
I didn't see it, so it's not my fault.
I didn't. You just Wraith said like 30 questions last year, and the thing is, I didn't start crossing out the ones we've asked until recently. So I have to scroll through and be like, "Did I answer this for like 10 minutes?"
Yeah.
Next week. So next question, our last question, is from Matt over on Discord. How big of a chaos would it be if Jagex canceled sailing at this point?
Not
That
big.
made me laugh when I saw it. I think that would be so freaking funny.
Yeah, I think it would be funny. I honestly don't think it'd be that big a deal.
I don't think it would be chaos, but I think a lot of people would be frustrated.
Yeah, I think people would be disappointed, but I think
Mhm.
it would honestly just kind of be on the scale of
It'd be the
like,
same as it is now. They'd be
It-
disappointed, then we'd forget about it.
yeah, I think it'd be the same for anything, honestly. Like, if they were like, oh, we're thinking about doing leagues in a couple months, and then like, I don't know,
Like, just kidding.
halfway there, they're like, oh, we actually can't, like something came up, or working on something else, or like something like
Yeah.
that.
The thing is, for me personally, it still doesn't feel like we're getting sailing because I have such a hard time imagining it.
Yeah, and they've shown so little, it's like not even real.
Yeah.
So
I know some people would be very upset though.
yeah, I mean, people are upset about everything. Like, someone's gonna be upset about like changes to
The
Trouble
Slayer.
Brewing or something. So
Yeah.
it's like, honestly,
The changing Trouble Brewing in an easy escape.
I don't. I think it would also depend on the reason a lot,
Mhm.
but I think in general, if
Or
they're
if
all
they
like,
just decided it wasn't a good skill for the game.
if they're all like, oh, we want to go in a different direction, I think people would be like out of 100, they'd probably be like 60% like angry, which is
Yeah.
fairly angry, but not like really angry.
It'd be like Ruinous Powers. I forgot.
Yeah.
Which they did, built the hype, and like, just kidding.
Well, the thing is that sucked. So I think it was
Yeah.
generally
Sailing's a little
the
different.
community sentiment, like, oh, this shouldn't be in the game.
Remember, everyone just thought it was fine, and they're like, "You guys aren't excited. We want you to be excited."
Yeah, it's
I
'cause
thought it was fine.
It wasn't. It wasn't good.
It was very meh.
Yeah. On top of that, I think if they were like, oh, we're actually putting a lot of time into like this other project that we want to surprise you guys with, then I think people would be like 40%. Like they'd be like, oh, that kind of sucks, but I mean, it's kind of cool that you're working on other
Yeah.
stuff. So. I kind of think it would matter a lot if they're all like, "Oh, we just canceled this because we just don't want to do it anymore." Then
Even I'd be annoyed if that happened.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "That's a dumb reason."
they're all like, or if it was like that, or they're all like, "Oh, we don't have enough like manpower to work on this, so we're gonna like push it back like a year or something." I think people would be like pretty mad about that.
Definitely.
But
I
yeah.
don't think it would be the biggest chaos though, because
Yeah.
honestly, until I read that, kind of forgot sailing was a thing again.
Yeah.
I just stay forgetting.
You also have like a lot of the player base that's just like down to like straight up mine the same 5 rocks for like the next 5 years straight. So
Yeah.
I mean,
They can wait.
a new skill is like most people. I think a lot of people are like not looking forward to it / dreading it, anyways.
Well, not a majority for sure.
No, that's why I said some. So I think some people would even be happy that this would happen.
Definitely.
So
Wraith would be
yeah, exactly.
classic hater.
So I don't think it would be chaos at all, actually.
I think it'd be a little bit of chaos, but not too crazy. Weirdly,
Yeah.
we could be so wrong. We're just in our own little world.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think so. I think like you'd have like the really vocal people on like Reddit, but the majority of people don't visit Reddit, and the majority of people just play the game as it comes out and don't really know or care about updates.
That's true.
So
Fair.
I honestly think that is just the majority of people.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's probably it.
I like that question. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It made me laugh at work when I read it.
Yeah, I would be really disappointed, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed, but I would also be like, that's crazy. No way they just did that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. And then I would also continue to just AFK sand crab like I was going
Yeah.
to anyways.
But while talking crap about them.
More.
You already do enough. It's true.
But yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, short episode this week, but thanks for listening.
Short episode, yeah.
I think it's less than an hour.
Thanks
It
for
is less than an hour.
listening. If you do have any questions, make sure to send them in as well, or just leave them down below if you're listening to this on like YouTube or something like that.
Spotify also, you can put comments as well if you have questions on there.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it. If you do want to reach out to us, I'd recommend checking out our links or our social medias.
Yeah, our Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram are all BoonBape, and our TikTok and Twitter are BoonBapeOSRS. I did that backwards. It really threw me off.
Nice.
I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/BoonBape, so come hang out with me and maybe raid with me because I've not been raiding as much and it's pretty sad.
Yeah,
But yeah, come hang out.
Yeah.
Stop by, say hi.
that's it. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you all.
Very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.